Brigida?
All right, Delano, now on Bounce. The Bechtler Museum of Modern Art is showcasing an exhibit called The House That Modernism Built, now through September. Tonight we have John Boyer. He's the president and CEO, along with Keith Cradle, one of the board members of the museum, here to talk about all of this. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you being here, John. Let's dive right in. First, talk about the mission of the museum.
Well, the mission, of course, is to celebrate and to share as much as possible this great collection that has come to Charlotte and the region, 1,400 works of mid-20th century European modernism by some of the major figures here in Europe and in the UK.
Keith, I want to bring you into the conversation to talk about the programs that you guys offer, specifically the programs you're going to be hosting at the museum this month. The first one, Family Day.
Well, the mission of the Board of Directors is to support the museum in all facets, and that means internal and external programs. So for our internal programs, we try to get people into the museum after taking that iconic selfie with the Firebird.
Right.
And then we want to make sure that we bring programs to the community for folks that just can't make it.
And we're going to talk about more about your outreach in just a moment, but I do want to hit on these two exhibits, the Modernism plus Film event.
Sure. Right now we've got a wonderful exhibition, takes up the entire fourth floor, and it's dedicated to mid-20th century interior design and its relationship to the fine arts, the high arts, and to suggest that there's really no difference between the two. So that's that. And then as part of that, we have a film series every third Friday of the month, and the next film that's coming up is called This Building Will Sing for Us, which is, of course, about the new fabulous Museum of African American Arts and Culture in Washington, D.C.
Okay. And then you have Bechtler by Night as well.
And the Bechtler by Night, that is where all the cool people hang out every third Friday of the month. You're talking about an opportunity to see the museum for free. See, that's the catch right there. It's free.
Y'all know how I feel about free here on
5 to
Bounce.
9 p.m. Come on in, see the exhibit, and you can have adult beverages, and who doesn't want that?
Well, there you go.
If
it's
you're an
free,
adult.
right? Well, of
That's
course,
right.
if you're an adult, it's free, and then you can, really be exposed to some great culture that I think people may overlook that part of Charlotte, but it really is such a wealth of offering at the Bechtler Museum.
And it's for as large an audience that we can reach. So our mission is to reach everybody, and that's why we do the community outreach that Keith, in fact, has been part of. We have a wonderful program in the jail system, for example, and with the Metrolina Association for the Blind and many other groups here in town. But it's the jail system that is extraordinary.
We'll get to that, but talk to me about this Family Day. We have specific graphics, so I want to talk to everything that you sent us in. So the Family Day.
Well, Family Day takes place throughout the entire museum, and the classroom is given over to families, usually with younger kids who want to engage in some kind of art-making enterprise. There's a fabulous bingo game and a hunt through the museum to find different pieces. And it's really a great experience for everybody.
Good stuff. Okay, so let's talk about this jail arts initiative that you guys are touting so highly.
Well, that's one of the awesome things that the Bechtler does. We have a teaching arts that comes to the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office, Jail North and Jail Central, to teach young men and our Latino women about art. So it's a warm handoff to exposure for what we do at the museum. And it gives these kids an opportunity to interact with the museum in a way that's very non-traditional. We want them to be a part of it because this is a community museum. We want everyone to be a part of it.
And the Low to No Vision program is another outreach part of what you guys do at the Bechtler?
And we work with the Metrolina Association of the Blind. And just like with Keith and his team in the jail system, we rely on them to help figure out what success is going to look like for their constituency. We know the assets that we have that we can bring to the table, but it's a true partnership in all of these instances.
I think people will be surprised to find out that Bechtler is doing more than just bringing in these amazing exhibits, which is absolutely amazing on its own, but it seems that you guys are really committed to, putting down roots in the community and doing that outreach portion of it.
That's what we're all about. Again, we want our museum to be open, inclusive, and we want all folk to have access to it. So if we can't bring you a program, then you got to come to the Bechtler and take advantage of everything that we're offering.
Anything else you guys wanted to add? Well,
just jazz. We do an awful lot of jazz. We're now coming into our 6th year at the Bechtler, and that's every first Friday, and it's it sells out. So if you want to come, you've got to call right away.
You got to get on it. Yeah. All right, and we have put all the information you need on WBTV.com. Look in the web extra section. There'll be a link to everything that we've talked about here tonight. John, Keith, thank you so much for being here tonight and talking about all the great work that you guys are doing at the Bechtler.
Thanks for your interest.
Thank you.
Delano?